about the poetry, the critical analysis of the poem Home Burial. Okay, and these are the areas we are going to discuss today: the introduction of the poetry and the form, summary, development thought, setting, theme, and the critical appreciation. So, Robert Lee Frost was a great American poet. He is highly regarded for his realistic depictions of rural life. Home Burial is one of the greatest creation of him. When we are discussing about the form of the poetry, it's a dramatic or pastoral lyric poem in the terms of form using free from dialogue rather than strict rhythmic schemes. Frost generally uses 5 stressed syllables in each line and divides stanzas in terms of lines of speech. Frost splits the iambic pattern in lines 18 and 19, which both emphasizes the couple's relative positions physically and provides a graphic illustration of just how far apart they are. So here we're gonna check it out, the summary of the poetry, Home Burial. In this poem, Frost described an anxious conversation between a rural husband and wife whose child has recently passed away. Wife is standing and looking at the child's grave through the window. It is a poem about the love of a mother to her child. She has lost her all hopes. She becomes very excited and sorrowful, but her husband is very normal. He thinks that it is the rule of nature and nobody can escape from it. So the death is very common to everyone. So he is very easy and normal, but his wife does not agree with him. She does not want to stay with him in this house because his husband has buried her child in this house. So the thought, the development of the thought, the death of a young child, the death of a marriage. The title Home Burial can be read as a tragic double entente. Double entente, I hope you know double meaning actually. Double entente means what? Double meaning. The death of the child is the substance of the couple's problems, and the larger clash that destroys the marriage is the couple's inability to interconnect with each other. The husband is more accepting of the natural cycle of life and death in general by digging the grave for his child, as an example. The setting of the poem is a staircase with a door at the bottom and a window at the top. The wife stands at the top of the stairs. Okay, you can expect a question where the wife stands in the poem Home Burial. So she stands at the top of the stairs, directly in front of the window overlooking the graveyard. The husband stands at the bottom of the staircase, looking up at her. And the theme, it's very important. And what is the theme of the poem Home Burial? The theme of Home Burial by Robert Frost is the misapprehension between a husband and a wife. Misapprehension. And here one example for that, Shakespeare says, "Frailty, thy name is woman." Okay, very famous quotation from Shakespeare. And the author has to announce that a woman is not a woman but a mother. Okay, that is another interpretation we can say. So the wife of the husband is very sad for the death of her child. Actually, it is not the fault of the wife to misunderstand her husband. It it is the nature of a lady. On the other hand, a man has two powers. One is emotion and another is action. Husband tries to control his wife with his emotion, but when he fails, he applies force or action. In form, Home Burial by Robert Frost is dramatic lyric. Home Burial was published in 1914. Major theme in Home Burial: the mental breakdown, the loss of a child, the collapse of a marriage. Question: the title of the first poem of Robert Frost published professionally. Answer: My Butterfly, an elegy. Next question: what was the woman staring at in the beginning of the poem? Answer: the grave of her child outside the window. A rhetorical device most commonly used throughout the poem Home Burial is. Answer: repetition. Next question: 3 foggy morning and 1 rainy day will rot the best birch fence a man can build. This line is from Home Burial. Answer is Home Burial. What is the rhyme scheme used in the poem Home Burial? It is written in blank verse. The literal meaning of the title is the death of a child. The metaphorical meaning of the title is. Answer: the end of a marriage. What is the reaction of the wife when she sees her husband at the beginning of the poem? What is the reaction? Answer is, it changed from terrified to dull. Next question: what does this reaction reveals? They have a strained relationship. They have a strained relationship. The child's grave sit on the family's property. Why? Answer: family graveyards were common in New England. Next question: in Home Burial, the husband is unnamed but the wife's name is mentioned. What it is? Answer: Amy. The wife is distraught by. Answer: the sight of the graveyard. The location of the poem Home Burial is. Answer: rural New England. What is the tone of the poem Home Burial? Although there is a grief, the communication of the couples produce anger, frustration, and denial. Next question: who are the characters in Home Burial? Answer: a rural husband and his wife whose child is dead. Next question: what is the significance of the wife standing at the top of the stairs and the husband at the bottom? Answer: the wife is dominating the argument and she looks down at her husband. Next question: how is the poem significant to Frost's life? He also lost his son, Eliot. Next question: what is the deeper conflict in the poem Home Burial? Answer: the couple's inability to communicate each other. Next question: what do the stairs symbolize in the poem? The stairs symbolize in the poem the mental distance between them, the mental distance between the characters. Next question. What does the wife in the poem want? Answer here. She wants to leave the home. How did the woman mourn the death of a child compared to the man? Answer. She kept the memory of the child close to the heart, but the husband wanted to shut out the memory. Next question. The husband and wife fought for what purpose? For the power. Home Burial, as the title suggests, is a poem concerned with death. The setting of the poem Home Burial is answer. A staircase with a door at the bottom and a window at the top. The poem Home Burial uses rather than strict rhythmic schemes free-form dialogues. Next question. What does the family graveyard symbolizes? Answer. Her grief takes up the world, but his takes up the size of a room. What is the last line of the poem? I will follow and bring you back by force I will. Which poets were particularly influential for Frost during his time in England? Answer. Ezra Pound, Robert Graves and Rupert Brooke.